Staring right at 2000 AD, as if mankind's atrocities for man has no history. No chance of world salvation left but conversations peace.
I can hear you. Welcome. How we doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Thank you for doing this. I know you was pretty busy today, so we're about to get it started. We got the brother calling in. Gocc is calling in now, and I guess the pastor from Jamaica will be calling in shortly.
So, you called me earlier, today, and then you told me, if I could come in the show, and of course, I had to find out who was coming on. I piqued my interest. So tell us a little about the pastor. Is he in Jamaica? Is he from Jamaica? And what he's all about, basically, his history.
Okay. Well, of course, when he come in, as soon as he come on, I would like to give him time to express exactly what he's about. But in a nutshell, there's a movement going on internationally in which they're pushing what you would call a homosexual agenda from the pulpit. So he's one of the guys who's in league with the pastor in Florida who started this agenda. A pastor named Reverend Robert Griffin. Now, what makes this particular movement that they're dealing with unique is that these are outed homosexual pastors. So what they want to do now is show others that homosexuality is a natural, spiritual way of being. And there's nonprofit funding that's allowing these pastors, that's funding these pastors to go into third world countries, Jamaica, and different areas to push this new agenda of gay acceptance, and that pastors can be outed homosexual and have authority to do. Really, if you ask me, what I think is the homosexual agenda now. So in a nutshell, it seems like this is the new movement that will overtake the power of the black church. For some time now, the powers that be were looking to destroy the moral fiber of the children of Israel, or the black people who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. They used Islam at one point to dilute our belief and take us away from the Bible. Mm-hmm. Later they started the civil rights movement. They got into the civil rights movement and destroyed it internally. Then they moved the regular fire and brimstone preaching of family and morality into the prosperity movement, which was one of the most damning parts of the infiltration of the demonic Illuminist powers. And now, since they've totally destroyed, they done refocused the black and minority churches by this prosperity movement. Now they're coming for the jugular. It seems as if they're looking to destroy it altogether by now. This is my opinion at this point, but maybe let's hear what this guy has to say. Now they're doing what you would call a homosexual agenda altogether, and they're aiming this towards the black churches. So what I want to ask the brother is, what is his take on those particulars? First, I'm going to let him explain himself and see if we're missing something. Maybe he can feel that the morality content within the Bible is old time. Let's hear what his opinion, but in my opinion, this is an orchestrated attack against the church itself.
And it's funny because I was reading up the history on the first woman pastor and it actually I forgot the lady's name, but it was in the 60s during the time of the women liberation movement.
Okay.
And the argument that she raised, and it was a legal fight. It went even to the Supreme Court that many churches were getting funding from the government, and the women were not allowed to be in leadership positions, particularly like pastor. And they actually won the case because by law, if you are receiving any form of aid within the government, or any form of tax exempt and things of that nature, you cannot discriminate against gender and things of that nature. And what I'm seeing now, that the homosexuals I think are going to be picking up the same baton that the women's picked up, and going to go try to raise this argument in the same fashion, that we're being discriminated in these churches, and these churches are being supported by taxpayers with these faith-based initiative grants. Right? What I'm seeing, I think that's the angle that they're going, and ultimately it's a slope that it's a snowball effect. Then who's next? These cross-dressers and or things of that nature. I think we just lost Elder Ricard. He should be calling in a few seconds. And Brother Bobby, if you see Elder Ricard coming, just bring him in. We lost he is overseas, so sometimes we do lose connection. But thank you, brother. So it's things are getting weirder and weirder every day, ladies and gentlemen. And what was acceptable and what was not acceptable, a few years back, it's going to be acceptable in the not too distant future. So it's going to become, and I read scriptures like in the Bible that it's going to be said that those that do good or will do evil will call it good, and those that do good, people will call them evil. And clearly, I'm seeing those days right before my eyes. And I think what's happening is that the way the society works is that they are slowly raising the temperature. If you want to cook an animal, you usually don't put them in hot, steaming water right away. What you do is you lay them in nice, warm, comfortable water, and you slightly, little by little, raise the temperature. And that's what they're doing in these churches. And they're just going further and further and further into Satan's bosom, if you will. So we're going to be taking a quick break. Elder Ricard, we lost Elder Ricard, and he should be calling back in and bringing in the gay pastor. So hold on to your seat. We'll be right back. You listen to the Gathering Christ Church Experience. I'm your host, Gocc. Okay. This is your host, and we're back. The host, Gocc. We have Pastor Marcus. He's on the queue. We're waiting for Brother and Elder Gocc. He is calling from overseas, and we did lost him. So we are going to be waiting. I know he's going to be calling back soon. So let's bring in Pastor Marcus, Brother Marcus. Hello, brother. Are you there?
I'm here.
Hi, how are we doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. You sound a little muffled. I don't know. You have me on speaker, or do you? Maybe you.
No, I'm speaking directly into the phone. The connection seems to be a bit unclear, but I'm speaking directly into the phone.
Okay, I think you're fine now. So Elder Ricard, I see him on the line, so I'm going to bring him in. Elder Ricard, you there?
Yes, I'm back. I apologize for that. Did Brother Gocc come through?
Not yet. We have the pastor online and myself and yourself.
Okay, great. Gocc is coming through now. I apologize. When you're trying to do this internationally, I'm in one country, you in another country, Gocc is another country, and the brother in Jamaica is in a different country. So it's just orchestrating all these countries at once. So.
Okay, I think I see Brother Gocc. Let me bring him in now.
Okay, great.
Hello, Brother Gocc, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Listen, man, how you doing?
How we doing, brother? Okay,
I'm good.
so we have everybody on board. We have Pastor Marcus, Brother and Elder Ricard, and Brother and Elder Gocc. Elder Ricard, the floor is yours.
Yes, I would like to formally introduce myself. I hear a little disturbance here. Hopefully that this is not going out there, but my name is Elder Ricard Shaw from the Gathering of Christ Church, and Gocc was mentioning about the brother in Jamaica. Nice to meet you, brother. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Marcus.
Marcus. Okay. The reason we wanted to call you on this evening, and you're free to speak, as long as you would like, but it came to our attention that you have a special type of movement that listeners might not understand or know, and maybe you could give us some insight on this. It was brought to our attention that there's a new type of what you would say mission, so to speak, that's growing up, that's coming into minority communities all around the world, and it's the pastorship, or what you would call gay pastorships that are linking, that are being set up in different areas. What we wanted to know, we're not here to browbeat you. We all know what the old traditional understanding of the scriptures are, and what mainstream and what we believe is moral according to scriptures. We just wanted you to come on and express what this mission is, and how can, what is this? How did you get started? What's going on with it? And what is this movement that's aimed towards all people, not just homosexuals, but it's just that what makes what you're dealing with different is that we have never seen a church established with homosexual pastors. So if you can give me the understanding how this started, what the understanding is, we'll be more than happy to hear that. And then, if you don't mind, we can all go into scriptures a little later. Is that okay? All right.
That's right. I think as we begin to broach the discussion, where we have to begin is with the humanity of everyone that is called into ministry. And part of our own humanity suggests that we are created, all of us, in the image of God. Part of our own humanity suggests that within this human experience, each of us experiences the polarities of life. We experience sadness, we experience triumph. We have all of those experiences. And I think if God chooses to call anyone into ministry, then that person who has been called into ministry has been called because of the choosing of God. Gender and whatever else other prejudices that we might have play no part in that particular call.
Okay.
So I don't understand the assignments that we give to whether or not this pastor is straight or LGBT or what have you. We all are humans called to a particular task. Hello?
Okay, I'm listening. Well, let me ask you, Pastor. Are you what you would call in modern day terms, because there's different names, are you in terms based on the politically correct words to say today, a gay pastor?
I think that is an attributed assignment. I am first a minister.
You a minister?